Go ahead.
You videoing me? All right. Hey y'all, this is 401119 from Headframe Hunters. We are here at the Hutson Zinc Mine in Livingston County, Kentucky. It's a bit out of our usual AO, and we're using a bit out of our usual filming style, three-person. So this up here used to be the mill for the Hutson Mine. It's in a lot better shape than it would have been back home in Missouri. It looks like they basically pulled out the valuable equipment and walked away from this one. So this in here, I can't identify what would have gone there, but it would have been milling equipment. Oh, would you look at that? Let's see if you can get a camera angle on it. It's two MH60s from the 160th SOAR out of Fort Campbell, refueling off a C-130. They've been doing that all afternoon.
Don't know if I got it through the trees.
Close enough.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, so this was a wet mill. It location milling to separate concentrates from waste. And there's a big tailings dump that occupies probably 2.5 acres back that way. So this is the biggest remaining building of the mill. It has a dump bay under it that you would probably use to load trucks. There were doors there, and that right there appears to have possibly been a furnace stack or a vertical conveyor. So as we come over here,
Sorry.
this halfway looks like it could have been a spiral concentrator. There's a component inside of it. Spiral concentrator is my best guess for what this is. It had an electric motor on the end, and it's kind of all rusted to oblivion.
And inside, the material is darker than the surrounding, so I'd say it's likely.
No idea why there's a boat here. That's interesting.
Notice the copper greens?
I do. That's really cool.
Wonder if that was equipment or not.
I don't know.
Anything in here?
Yeah, probably a dump.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little subfloor.
Yep.
Only goes down a few feet. That's not really a hazard.
Probably could sneak into there if I felt like it, but I don't.
Why bother?
And I see daylight on the other end, so sneaking through the hole would be kind of moot anyway. And
You'd have to be up on your tetanus shot if you wanted to mess around with that.
anyway, we should probably lower our voices right now because we have a job to do.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting head flames.
Is there one there? No. How about over there? No. But maybe... Ah. Found one.
The Majestic Headframe.
The Majestic Headframe.
This one actually is kind of majestic. It's got a wooden ore bin, which is unusual. Do you mind if I take hold of the camera real quick?
Welcome to it.
Thank you. So, if I were to guess, there's a chute at the bottom of this ore bin. It's associated with those foundations next to it. From there, the ore will come up onto this pad, likely to a crusher of some sort, if it wasn't crushed below ground. From there, it will get to here. Rabbit. Cool. From there, it'll come to here, where it'll be milled. What's called the grinding stage. And that will start separating the ore particles from the waste particles. You have what's called a liberation size, which is the grinding size required to sufficiently reduce the size of the particles from the crushing stage so that the ore can be removed. Rather, the valuable product can be removed. From there, it appears to have had a pair of spiral concentrators, and this will be getting into the wet stage of milling here at the Hutson Mine. From there, I'm going to assume that this conveyor type apparatus we were looking at earlier that dumps into this bin would contain concentrates, which would then be taken to a smelter, a zinc smelter, whereas the tailings would be discharged into the tailings impoundment that's over this direction.
In the way of the holes.
Okay, so the shaft here at the Hutson Mine is open. That's correct. The production shaft is open. Hear the drop. It eventually hits water. It's probably 50 or 60 feet. There's a ladder you can see.
Not usable.
Yeah, I don't trust it. So these pipes here would have been for the water pumps, possibly air compressor. This unit here may have been the air compressor for the shaft. I'm not really sure. So likely the skip would have come up through here and yeah, raised up there where it would dump. So the ladder for the head frame is intact. I'm not going to climb it though, given as it's not caged, and I don't have gloves. If it were caged and actually on the structure as opposed to freestanding, I might be able to be convinced to climb it. This one's probably 75 feet tall.
That's a little more than that.
80? Yeah, somewhere in there. Man, let's see if I can get a safe camera angle down into here. Yeah.
You know, I think this is what selfie sticks were designed for. You?
The only legitimate use of a selfie stick. Yeah, I agree. So in here is the ore bin, or up here would be the ore bin. So there's one of the dumping hatches.
What's left of it?
Yeah, and this one disintegrated. There was a grate up there, but it is no more. So let me wash that out a little bit. Yeah, it's a wooden ore bin. That's very unusual. Yeah, so I believe there would have been a conveyor from here that would run of mine ore out to the crusher and then to the miller, to the mill, which would then produce concentrates and tailings. It actually turns out I couldn't climb the head frame here at the Hutson Mine if I wanted to, seeing as the ladder actually is cut off to about 20 feet above the ground. I don't actually consider that to be a loss, because this is a big one. It's built with I-beams as opposed to sort of interlocking bracework like the Hidden Mine and the St. Joe number 25 shaft head frame used. So the hoist here at the Hutson Mine is absent because they're actually valuable and could be used elsewhere. I'm not sure when this mine closed, but it closed before the end of all fluorite mining, all underground fluorite mining in the district. I say all underground fluorite mining because there's still some going on that we may actually see a bit of in a bit. So this is the hoist cable here. It's probably an inch and a quarter thick, and it is heavy. It's also rusted.
And knotted.
How do you tie a 1-inch steel cable into a knot?
Into almost a bow line.
Very carefully.
That had to take dedication.
It did. This is a gorgeous head frame. It's got some interesting pipes that are running up along it. I'm betting that was the dewatering pipes, we're pretty close to the Tennessee and Ohio rivers here. So I'd have to guess, especially given as it's flooded up to 50 feet or so from the shaft collar, that this mine had a major water inflow problem. And due to that, it would require quite a lot of pumping, which might explain the size of these 3 pipes up here. I think that we've actually suitably covered the Hutson mine. Again, this has been 401119 with Headframe Hunters at the Hutson mine in Livingston County, Kentucky. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Adios.